Welcome to The Edge, the show where you need brains and balls. Today, our players will compete to roll down these big money cash lanes. The nearer they roll to the edge, the more money they earn. Stop their ball on the edge and they'll get thousands, but go over and they get nothing. Let's meet the players who today are going to push themselves to the edge.
I'm Louise, I'm from Edinburgh. I'm a development officer for Scottish Hockey and I once played for their national youth team.
I'm Adam, I'm from Essex and my main occupation is a charity project manager.
I'm Karen, I'm a self-employed market researcher from Worcestershire and I've travelled to the Galapagos Islands.
I'm Graham, I'm a communications officer from Newcastle and I've been known to turn over a Scrabble board.
Welcome to you all and very best of luck. In a moment, you'll each take to the lanes to roll for big money. The ball you need is trapped in your podium. I'm going to ask you some questions, buzz in with the correct answer, and you'll bring your ball up towards you. Once you've freed your ball, you'll roll down the shortest lane available. The shorter the lane, the bigger the edge, the better the odds of banking big money. So do well on these questions to give yourself the best advantage on the lanes. 3 correct answers will release your ball. If everyone is ready, fingers on buzzers. Philip Tracy found fame designing which item of clothing? Karen?
Hats.
Correct. From what fruit is traditional cider made? Louise?
Apple.
Correct. I think you all knew that. That was a race to the buzzer. Marcus Zusak's novel about a young girl in Nazi Germany is the book what? Karen?
Thief.
Correct. You need one more correct answer, Karen, to release your ball. According to legend, after discovering displacement, Archimedes ran naked through the streets shouting what? Karen?
Eureka.
Shouting what phrase meaning I found it? Eureka is the correct answer and you've released your ball, Karen. You're rolling first on the green lane. That is what you call hot out of the traps, Karen. Did you want this green lane?
Yes, badly.
So you did well on it in practice?
OK. I could reach the cash amounts on this one.
Well, hit the edge in round 1 and it's worth £1,500. And you'll each have one roll to earn as much as you can. Whoever earns the least is leaving us. So your rolling wasn't perhaps your forte?
No, questions were better.
Right, OK. Well, now you're here with the shortest lane and the biggest edge. Let's see what you're made of, shall we? Let's roll.
Good afternoon. It's Karen from Worcestershire facing the coveted green lane, getting right down low with her first delivery.
And it stops on £700. It's not the biggest roll ever, but it's a very respectable start.
Steady.
3 lanes still up for grabs, and we've reset the podiums. Fingers on buzzers. In the Bible, how many apostles did Jesus have? Adam?
12?
Correct. It's not a trick question. You went for it, waited, and then went for it again. Starting with W, what is the name of the American socialite who married King Edward VIII after he abdicated? Louise?
Wallace Simpson.
Correct, Wallace. If I was standing on the summit of Mount Aconcagua in South America, which country would I be in? Graham?
Chile.
Incorrect, it's Argentina. You're frozen out of the next question. Norman Bates is the villain in which... Louise?
Psycho.
In which Alfred Hitchcock film? It is Psycho. Correct. Louise, you need one more correct answer to release your ball. In the UK, how many bank holidays are there in May? Adam?
2.
Correct. So, Adam, you also need one more correct answer to release your ball. Together with Louise. Graham, you need to get going.
Yeah.
The model who stars in the 2015 film Paper Towns is Cara who? Louise?
Delevingne.
Correct! You released your ball. You're rolling next on the blue lane. You're on the blue lane.
Yep.
And to guarantee your place in the next round, you need to roll £750 or more. You could get it on the edge for £1,500, of course, and that would be a very good way
Very good.
to get yourself through to the next round, banking a lot of money along the way. What's your target, Louise?
Here, realistic, just thinking me around the 8:59 mark. I did kind of OK in practice thereabouts, so fingers crossed for that.
Are you ready, Louise?
I am indeed.
Let's roll.
The hockey girl from Edinburgh has set her target. Louise crouching right down.
It's a good, smooth roll. It's heading up. It's gone above Karen, and it's on £850. You've done exactly what you said you'd do.
First time for everything.
That means you're going through to the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Karen, you're going to have to just wait a little bit longer. So, only 2 lanes left, and whichever one of you releases your ball next will roll on the yellow lane. The other will be left with the red lane. Fingers on buzzers. If I called myself a Whovian, of which TV, Adam?
Doctor Who.
Of which TV show would I be a fan? Doctor Who is correct. Where in America is nicknamed the Windy City? Graham.
Chicago.
Correct. Good buzzer action there, Graham.
Gotta get one.
You're in it now. What colour is the live wire in a standard modern electrical plug? Adam.
Brown.
Correct. You need one more correct answer, Adam, to release your ball. Which musical features the songs Wouldn't It Be Lovely and I Could Have Danced All Night? Adam.
My Fair Lady.
Correct, you've released your ball. You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Graham, you're left with the red lane. So, some musicals, Doctor Who, that got you there.
It did. It did.
And you have the yellow lane. How did it go in practice on the yellow lane?
Well, yes, a bit nervous because it's obviously I would like to have been in the shorter lanes, but we've got to go for it.
OK, well, to guarantee your place in the next round, Adam, you need £750 or more. Can you do it?
Let's see.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Facing the yellow lane, left-hander Adam from Essex. Well, a big bounce takes a pace right out of the roll.
Hit the cash zones, it's moving up, it's creeping, and it stops on £550. How do you feel about that, Adam?
Not very good.
Well, obviously, it means, Karen, you've now joined Louise in the next round, so relief over here is tangible. But, Adam, you're going to have a nervous wait for a minute or so.
I am.
Graham, you've been left with the red lane, the longest lane, with the shortest edge.
Yeah.
But you know what you have to do now.
Yeah.
You have to get £600 or more to guarantee that you're going through to the next round. How did you go in practice on the red lane?
I was doing all right at the start, and then I progressively got worse. So I'm hoping I've had a break. I'll go back to the way it was at the start.
OK.
But we'll find out.
Well, you're a Sunderland fan.
Yeah. So I'm used to getting beat. So.
Well, I was going to be a bit more positive and say red is your colour, but
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course.
it's just your natural disposition as a Sunderland fan.
It's my default setting. Yeah.
OK, Graham, best of luck. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Geordie Graham certainly keen to get on with this. But is he rushing his roll?
It's going past 550. Has it got too much speed? I think it has. It's going over the edge. Oh, Graham. There's just too much on it.
Yeah.
Too much pace. And it scores you, Graham, nothing. So, at the end of those rolls, Karen has £700, Louise has £850, Adam has £550, and Graham has nothing. So, Karen, Louise and Adam, you're through to the next round. Return to your podiums, please. Congratulations. You know, this isn't the kind of game where we can have a relegation scrap, unfortunately, and you can survive at the last minute.
Yeah. I would have pulled it back right at the end. But,
I know. Well, this was the end for you, unfortunately, Graham, because
mind.
you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing. It's been great having you here, Graham. Thanks for playing. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations, Louise, Adam and Karen, you're through to the next round. So is it fair to say from your introduction, Louise, that hockey is your life?
I'd say so, yeah. I played it for many years growing up, and I now actually work for the national governing body, Scottish Hockey. So, yeah, it takes up a lot of my time.
So do you go around schools or clubs? How does it work?
I'm primarily office-based, but we have a regional development team who go through, as you say, schools, clubs, universities, anyone from age 5 to, I think, our oldest member is 88 this year. So everyone from all spectrums playing hockey and trying to get them involved in the sport and making it part of their life.
And are they relevant hockey skills to this game, do you think? Is there any crossover?
No, when you're under this much pressure, absolutely nothing at all.
Give you a stick, Louise, and I'm sure
With a
it'll be different.
stick, we'll try afterwards.
Adam, you said in your introduction that that was your main job. What's your other job, then?
I do movie extra work on big movies.
Big movies.
Big movies.
Tell us, how big?
Fairly recently, I went on to a project that I didn't know what it was going to be, and it turned out to be a small film called Mission Impossible with a certain Mr. Cruise.
And you were his body double?
Obviously, the height, you know, we're a match. But no, I was with 300 other people doing lots of scenes, but I ended up being very close to him, and I actually ended up on the big screen in the same shot as him. So I was whooping in the cinema. The others were looking at me like I was mad.
It sounds very exciting. Karen, the Galapagos Islands. How did that come about?
It was my 50th birthday earlier this year, and it was one of those items that was on my bucket list. And so my husband very kindly organised a whole month away, which took in a couple of weeks from the Galapagos and a bit of time in the Amazon and Colombia and places as well.
Did it all live up to the expectation then?
No, it was way better. We were so close to the animals, and they're just not afraid of human beings. So, for example, one day I was just sat on a rock putting my boots on, and a sea lion came out of the sea, across the sand, climbed up on the rock, you know, this close to me, and went and sunbathed just behind me.
I think a lot of people watching will be thinking that should be on their bucket list too.
It
Sounds
should.
amazing. Well, the money you earned is added to your personal bank. So, Louise, you have £850. Adam, you have £550. And Karen, you have £700. But only one of you can reach today's final and play for that money. Round 2. And we're shutting down the shortest lane. And now we're introducing danger zones, meaning any of the cash zones from £100 all the way up to £1,300 could become a danger zone. If that happens, its value drops to 0. How many danger zones you face depends on how well you do on the questions. Release your ball first, and not only will you take the shortest lane with the biggest edge, but you'll have no danger zones. This time, you need to answer 4 questions correctly to release your ball. Fingers on buzzers. In which modern-day country was the warrior ruler Genghis Khan born? Karen.
Mongolia.
Correct. What is 1/4 of 200? Karen.
50.
Correct. Which innuendo-loving comedian's 2005 autobiography was titled A Young Man's Passage? Adam.
Julian Clary.
Correct. Was that a good guess?
Educated guess.
In the digestive system, which major organ is located between the esophagus and the small intestine? Karen.
Stomach.
Correct. Karen, you need one more correct answer to release your ball. If I were watching a Premier League football match at Goodison Park, Karen,
Everton.
who would be the home team? Everton is the correct answer. You've released your ball and you're rolling first on the blue lane. So, the blue lane, Everton playing blue and, of course, known as the Toffees. You certainly didn't come unstuck in those questions, did you, Karen?
No, they suited me.
Yeah, well, they all seem to suit you, Karen. Good general knowledge, and it's won you the biggest edge and no danger zones. Get your ball on the edge in this round, and it's worth £2,000. You each have 2 rolls, which will be added together, and whoever earns the least is leaving us. It's a good, steady roll on the green lane, Karen. 2 goes this time, though. So where are you going to go in your first roll? Where are you going to aim for?
To be fair, it's almost 700 to 800 would be fine for a first roll to get something solid on the table.
OK. Are you ready, Karen?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
First on the lanes again, market researcher Karen, making sure she has the best chance to get to the next round. Going for that familiar swing.
You got 700 last time. You've gone past that.
Ooh. Ooh.
And it stops on £1,000. Good start, Karen.
Yep. Happy with that.
And you have another roll to come.
OK.
But there are 2 lanes left. We've reset the podiums. Whichever of you releases your ball next will roll on the yellow lane. The other will be left with the red lane, and you'll both be facing danger zones. Fingers on buzzers. Which famous Billy has had UK top 40 hits with the songs Tell Her About It and Uptown Girl? Louise.
Joel?
Billy Joel, correct. The majority of people who live in Italy belong to what religion? Louise.
Catholicism?
Correct. Catholic or Christian, I could accept. Awarded by royalty, what does the M stand for in the title MBE? Louise.
Member?
Correct. Louise, you need one more correct answer to release your ball. Adam's looking a bit bemused there at how quick you're getting to the buzzer. In 2015, it was announced that Eddie Redmayne would play Newt Scamander, Adam,
Fantastic Beasts and How to Find Them.
in an adaptation of which J.K. Rowling book. You said Fantastic Beasts and How to Find Them, and it's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I'm afraid we can't accept that answer, Adam. You're frozen out of the next question. Which charity holds a Red Nose Day every other year? Louise?
Comic Relief.
Correct, you've released your ball. You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Adam, you've been left with the red lane. That was a very good and very speedy way to get through those questions there, Louise.
Better just to get it done as quick as possible. That's my attitude today.
Well, Karen has set the bar quite high with her first roll.
Hugely.
And add to that, you have one danger zone, Louise,
Okay.
in the yellow lane. Before you roll, we need to find out where it's going to be. It's moving up and down your lane. Press that buzzer there, and it'll stop. And it stops on £500. That's gone from your lane, replaced with 0. How do you feel about that?
Better than being further up, because obviously I'm going to have to aim high to try and get close to Karen. So I'm quite glad it's that far down. Fingers crossed I don't go anywhere close to that. So I'm happy.
OK, are you ready?
We'll see.
Let's roll.
Well, danger zone's never a welcome element, but Louise is aiming high. Back into that low stance.
Said you wanted to go high. That might just be a bit too much, Louise. It is! It's over the edge! Oh, you said the danger zone wasn't bothering you because you were going to go high anyway.
That was far too optimistic, but oh well.
Your sporting pedigree may have just given you a bit too much oomph there. OK. That roll earns you nothing. One more roll to come, Louise. All hope is not lost. And Adam has yet to roll, of course, on the red lane. Adam, you're going to face 2 danger zones. Before you roll, we need to find out where they are. They're moving up and down your lane, and they'll stop when you press that button there. Good luck. And they stop on £700 and £300. They're replaced with 0. How do you feel about that?
Bearing in mind that we have a 0 before me, I will probably aim for the middle.
OK, Louise has given you a little bit of breathing space.
Yeah,
hasn't
she has. Thank
How
you.
did you get
Thank
on in the
Louise.
red lane when you were practicing?
Not very good.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Adam, let's roll.
Double danger zones for Adam, with a window of opportunity, getting that tall frame really low and the ball close to the lane.
Smooth roll, moving up the danger zones, going above both danger zones, stopping on £750. Well done. Happy?
Eek! Yes, I am happy.
Good. OK, before everyone rolls again, let's have a look at what you've earned so far. Karen, you have £1,000. Louise, you have nothing. And Adam, you have £750. Karen, if you can just go one cash zone higher to £1,100, you will definitely be playing in the next round.
Yep.
You can do that, can't you?
Yeah, it's more difficult. When you practice, it's fine. You're very relaxed. But when you're doing it for real, it's like any sport. When you're doing it for real, your muscles tense up. So it's much
you need
harder.
to relax.
Relax, yes.
OK. You relaxed?
I'm relaxed.
Karen, let's roll.
Great first roll gave Karen £1,000, but you can't afford to be too complacent here.
Maybe just a little
bit
bit
too gentle.
too relaxed there. It stops on £500. We'll add that to your first roll. It's £1,500. Well, 1,100 would have guaranteed you through to the next round. But what you have done now is you've pushed Louise to the edge. So if Louise doesn't hit the edge, you're definitely through. Louise, you need £750 to stay in the game. OK, you're a sportswoman.
Yeah.
You've been under high-pressure situations before in matches, I'm sure.
Yep.
This is one of those.
It is, but it's not over until the final whistle, and I don't think we've got there quite yet. So I'm going in with a bit of optimism here, but perhaps not too much gusto this time.
OK, well, just a slight issue for this game plan, of course, is the danger zone, which is still there.
Still there. Yep.
Got to remind you of that, and it's on £500.
I've got to go past it anyway, so it should be OK.
Best of luck, Louise. Let's roll.
Plenty of pressure on Louise now. She's facing an uphill battle. Good job, these lanes are completely level.
It's a smooth roll. It's a big roll. It's heading up to 4 figures. And it stops. And it's big, and it scores you £1,200, which will add to your first roll, giving you £1,200, Louise. Oh, that was good.
Delighted with that outcome. I was a little bit nervous just at the end there, but I will take that for just now.
You've given yourself a fighting chance to go through to the next round. However, Karen, you are through to the next round. Congratulations. You, Adam, have got a very specific job to do now.
Yeah. No pressure.
Your danger zones are still at £700 and £300. And the target for you now is £500. Bang in the middle of your danger zones there.
I've obviously got everything to play for here, so I've got to go for it. Because too short and I'm going to miss the 500 and probably end up in first danger zone, or I'm in danger of going into the second danger zone. So I might have to give it just a little bit more welly on this one.
It's not Mission Impossible, is it?
Very good. I saw what you did there.
Are you ready, Adam?
I am.
Best of luck. Let's roll.
Clear mission for Adam, should he choose to accept it. Get his ball past £500.
Ooh. It might not even reach the cash zones, Adam. It doesn't. It scores you nothing. And we'll add that to your previous roll, and your total is £750.
It was Mission Impossible.
It turned out to be. You had that in the palm of your hand there. It was in your control, that game.
I know. The pressure is too much pressure, obviously.
Well, with the 2 rolls added together, Karen, you have £1,500. Louise, you have £1,200. And Adam, you have £750, which means, Karen and Louise, you're through to the next round. Please return to your podiums. Adam, unfortunately, you earned the least amount of money in that round, which means you're leaving here with nothing. You've been centre stage for a little bit, but it's time for your big exit now. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you, Gabby.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Louise and Karen. You're through to the next round. Your competitiveness came to the fore there, Louise, didn't it?
Absolutely. I was not going out this early. I needed to at least get a little bit further.
Well, you had to rely on poor Adam there, not reaching the cash zones.
I did, yeah. I had my fingers secretly crossed.
You're not the first person to play the edge that does that. What else do you do in your spare time besides sport?
Quizzes are a fairly big thing with me. My friends pull on me to write quizzes for them all the time. As recently, I had one of my best friends, Hen, she insisted on an 80s-themed quiz. It went down so well. I'm now doing one for the Friday rehearsal dinner with a wedding theme to it. So any questions here that are to do with weddings, I'm taking them away from my own quiz.
So you write the quizzes?
Yeah, I've retained pointless facts and they just go into quizzes and it gives my friends a bit of a laugh, and we're all fairly competitive given our sporting backgrounds, that it just goes down well on a night out.
Oh, you never know, it could lead to a career.
Well, if anyone's looking for a new presenter.
I meant to write the questions. Karen, who's watching you at home?
My husband, James.
Tell us a bit about James. How did you meet him?
Oh, we actually met at a quiz, funnily enough. Both of our workplaces had teams that went to the same quiz. And we got chatting, and to be honest, I wasn't really that interested. And then he phoned me up afterwards to ask me out for a drink, and we just absolutely hit it off. And 5 weeks later, we got engaged.
Gosh, and you've been together how long?
18 years now.
So it was almost love at first sight.
Yeah.
OK, well, the money you earned is added to your personal bank. So, Louise, you now have £2,050. Karen, you have £2,200. That money is safely banked for the final, should you get there. Round 3. And we're shutting down another lane. In this round, there's only one danger zone, and the first player to release their ball will control it and can place it anywhere on their opponent's lane. You'll need 5 correct answers to release your ball. Fingers on buzzers. Which New York tourist attraction was formerly known as Longacre Square? Louise.
Central Park.
Incorrect. Times Square. You're frozen out of the next question. In cricket, what name is given to the horizontal pieces that lie on top of the stumps? Karen.
Bales.
Correct. You're back in the game, Louise. Which US medical drama starred British actor Hugh Laurie? Karen.
House.
Correct. Which 8-letter word beginning with P describes a small implement which can be used to pluck guitar strings? Karen.
Spectrum.
Correct. She's quick on the buzzer, Louise. From the Arabic for season, what term denotes the rainy months in southern Asia? Karen?
Monsoon.
Correct. You need one more correct answer to release your ball. What substance, often found on beaches, is fused with soda or potash and other ingredients to make glass? Louise?
Sand.
Correct. Which James Bond movie features the henchman Nick Nack? Louise?
The man with the golden gun.
Correct. What natural satellite of the Earth is the brightest object in the sky after, Karen?
Venus.
Incorrect. After the sun is the moon. You're frozen out for the next question. Chance for you to start catching up, Louise. Bikini Bottom is the name of the city in which animated TV show. Just in time, Louise.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Correct.
No idea where that came from.
Which Australian swimmer is known as Torpedo? Louise.
Ian Thorpe.
Correct. You're now level. So the next correct answer will see that person release their ball. Which fictional diarist was played by Renée Zellweger in a 2001, Louise?
Bridget Jones.
A 2001 film. Bridget Jones, you've released your ball first. You'll be rolling on the yellow lane. Karen, you've been left with the red lane. You were down on the bottom there. You hadn't answered one question correctly. Karen only needed one more correct answer to release her ball, and somehow...
It's the pressure clearly against me. So fingers crossed it works here.
I think we're going to start calling you the comeback kid.
I'll take any nickname you've got as long as it gets me through.
You've earned yourself the shortest lane available, with the biggest edge available, and get your ball on the edge in this round, and it's worth £3,000. Now, you've got 3 rolls, which will be added together. Whoever earns the most money in this round will be through to the final. Louise, you're going to roll first. I think you're the kind of girl, Louise, that I've just got to say, get it on the edge and put some pressure on you, and you'll just go there.
Fingers crossed it'll work, definitely. I need that little push to get me there.
Where are you going to go?
Again, I'll aim for sort of like 950,000 marks, because I'm going to have to do well to beat Karen, but I don't want to be too enthusiastic.
Well, you earned 1,200 the last time you were on this lane.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Indeed.
Let's roll.
Louise has managed to seize control. Karen looking very pensive. But can she get her tactics spot on here?
Good weight. It's moving up the zones. And it stops on £850. Not quite the 4-figure sums.
Not quite, but I'll take that rather than going over the edge any day.
And it sets a bar for you to catch, Karen. It sets the standard quite high. And of course, this time, Louise controls a danger zone. She can put it anywhere she likes on your lane, from £100 up to £1,300. So where are you going to choose, Louise?
I'm going to go for 700.
Tell me why.
She has to get it at least close up to mine. I'm thinking that we're going to be fairly matched on our rolls. I'm going to have to push her quite far. Anything below that suits me fine anyway. 750, it's at that level where, when we've been in practice, you think you're going to have to get a bit of a welly to get there. So she's going to have to put more into it with the hope she'll go over the edge, which means I have that small cushion later on.
You've not thought about that at all.
No, it's not sportsman in me at all coming out there.
OK, let's take £700 out of your lane. And that is now worth 0, Karen. Longest lane you've had so far. You've gone from green and blue to red. Does it seem a bit far?
It seems miles.
And your danger zone is there on the £700. Is that putting you off at all?
No, not really. It's so far, I'm just going to roll it up and see what I can get without going over the edge.
OK. Sounds like a nice, relaxed approach. Let's roll, Karen.
Unfamiliar territory for Karen, playing catch-up and all on the red lane. Or will she cope under this pressure? Plenty of power on this roll.
It's got a bit of weight behind it. It's moving up the cash zones. Where's it gonna stop? Oh no! Well, that roll scores you nothing. Oh. Well, Karen, they are called danger zones for a reason. Best avoid them.
Couldn't have done it better, could I?
You feeling guilty, Louise, or a bit chuffed?
I was actually feeling a little bit like, and then I was like, oh, yeah, brilliant. So I was like, I can't feel too guilty. I'm
Empathy
sorry,
replaced with
Sorry.
glee. Yeah. And after that first roll, Louise, you have £850. Karen, you have nothing. So you're in control, Louise.
For now, we'll see what happens in a minute.
Does that make you feel less comfortable then?
I just keep thinking I brought it back after going over the edge and getting 0, so I'm more than confident Karen can pull this back as well. She just needs to get it on the edge, and she's blown me out of the water practically, so it's not over yet now.
You're going for a big one, 4 figures.
I kind of have to. Middle of the road would be nice to just sit comfortable, but as I say, Karen's got everything to go for now.
As a sportswoman, you know all about muscle memory.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed it's exact memory and it's not got a little bit of amnesia, and we'll be okay.
Are you ready?
I am indeed.
Let's roll.
Confidence is building in Louise. You can tell she's starting to relax. But will it be enough to help her hit the big 4 figures?
Good nudge. It's moving up. It's moving up towards the 4 figures. Is it going to stop? And it stops on £1,000. We'll add that to your first roll. Gives you £1,850. Wow. You said you wanted 4 figures.
Yep, and I'm delighted with that. The arm clearly remembered it all. Fingers crossed for the third one it gets as well.
Well, you've got a choice now, Louise. Do you want to keep that danger zone where it is on £700, or are you going to move it based on what you've just done?
I'm going to bump it up a little, bearing in mind 750 is just a little bit too low. Karen's going to go all out here, so I'm going to move it up to 900.
You want to move the danger zone to 900?
Yeah.
Let's do that then. And £900 is gone, replaced with 0 value, Karen. Best avoided.
Yes.
As you discovered to your peril in the first roll. Karen, you are being pushed up the lane because Louise has already got herself quite a large amount there.
Yep.
And
fine.
to keep in touching distance, you need 4 figures now.
Yep.
It's big pressure. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's roll.
Big rolls from Louise so far, pushing Karen all the way. She's very focused into her rolling position and a very fluid swing.
Smooth roll. It's moving up your cash zones. It's moving towards
not
your danger
again.
zone, but it stops. And it stops on £850, and we'll add that to your first roll, means you have £850. Which I sound incredibly excited about, and obviously that's because it stopped just before your danger zone. Louise thought history was repeating itself. She thought she had the Midas touch with danger zones. So, after that second roll, Louise, you have £1,850. Karen, you have £850. It's time for the third and final roll in this round. Louise, if you roll £350 or more, you would push Karen to the edge. Of course, if you go to the edge, then there's nothing she can do.
Sure.
I'm sure you want to bank as much as you can.
Yeah. For me, it's safe, middle of the road, where I've been kind of before the 950,000 mark would be ideal. We'll see what happens when I get down there, but...
Are you ready?
I'm ready to play.
Let's roll.
Sounds like a simple task, £350 or more, but it's never easy under this sort of pressure.
It's tentative, but it has gone over 350 and it stops on 550, and it gives you a total with your other rolls of £2,400. So, Louise, based on what you just rolled, do you want to keep the danger zone where it is, or would you like to move it?
No, I'm going to push her right to the edge, literally, because she needs to get it. So I'm going to make the danger zone the 1,300 beforehand.
Okay.
The 1,200 won't help her here.
Let's move that danger zone to £1,300. That now has a value of 0. However, Karen, it's the edge.
It is.
Or nothing. Could be a nice target to aim at, actually, couldn't it? Because it's flashing there nicely, drawing you in.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, and then you just need to dribble over it.
Yeah.
This is a big pressure roll.
Yep.
It's the edge or nothing. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's roll.
The daunting red lane again for Karen, 11.5 metres long. She can see the danger zone flashing at the end, but can she do this? Getting down low again.
Doesn't look like it's going to have the legs to get there. It stops on 750. We'll add that to your previous roll. Gives you a total of £1,600. Not enough welly, not enough force. And with the 3 rolls added together, Louise has £2,400, but Karen earned only £1,600. That means, Louise, you take what you've earned to today's final. Congratulations. Please return to the podium. Karen, you were fantastic at the questions. You were speedy, you were precise, you got yourself the shortest lane every time, but now.
Apart from when it counted.
Yeah. Karen, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing. But we all hope you get to the Galapagos again someday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for playing. Goodbye. Congratulations, Louise.
Thank
the
you,
comeback kid. You've made it through to the final, where you'll be playing for all the money you've earned today, a total of £4,450. Got any plans for that money?
I'd love to go see the Lions on tour or Sporting World Cup. I think they've got New Zealand in 2017, so I think we could possibly start a wee fund, and that would definitely go towards a fantastic trip out there.
So the Lions in New Zealand.
Yep.
Who else?
Then ideally Winter Olympics in 2018.
Excellent.
Yep, and then just throwing all the little ones around, a bit at Wimbledon, Monaco Grand Prix, Masters, golf.
You ever going back to work?
I'd prefer not to, but somebody's got to get people playing hockey in Scotland. I will do.
It's the final. And we're shutting down one more lane, which leaves only the red lane. We've removed the cash values from that lane, leaving only the edge, which is now worth all the money you've earned today. Stop your ball on the edge and you'll win £4,450. Go over the edge and you get nothing. But you have a chance to make it easier for yourself by answering some more questions. Each correct answer increases the size of the edge. The more questions you get right, the bigger the edge will be and the easier your final roll. You have 75 seconds to get as many right as you can. Is everything clear?
Yes.
Let's put 75 seconds on the clock and your time will start when I've read the first question. How does the pizza name Quattro Stagioni translate into English?
4 seasons.
Correct. Gunnosaurus is the mascot of which football team?
Arsenal.
Correct. In measurement, how many ounces are in a pound?
12.
Incorrect, 16. If I were a superhero in a team with Thor, Iron Man and Black Widow, of
The
which
Avengers.
group? Correct. What was Coco Chanel's real first name?
Pass.
Gabrielle. What S is a system used by boats and submarines to detect underwater objects?
Sonar.
Correct. In 2015, Mick Hucknall reformed which hit band?
Simply Red.
Correct. What creature is Wilbur in Charlotte's Web?
Pig.
Correct. Which cyclist won BBC's Sports Personality of the Year award in 2011?
Sideburn Sky. Pass.
Mark Cavendish.
Oh no.
Which metal is commonly used inside a thermometer?
Mercury.
Correct. In the sitcom Friends, what is the surname of Matthew Perry's character?
Bing.
Correct. If I were in the first Asian country to host an Olympics, in which country would I be?
Japan.
Correct. Which Scottish king won the Battle of Bannockburn?
Oh, James.
Incorrect, Robert the Bruce. And that noise means it's time out.
How could I get a Scotland question
Of all
wrong?
the questions for you to finish on.
All of them.
Robert the Bruce, Louise.
Oh, I was too excited. I heard the music. I was like, oh, it's almost there.
It's building up to your time. I can tell you, in that time, you got an incredible 9 questions correct. To see what that has done to the edge, let's take to the lanes for the final time. That was good.
I impressed myself, I won't mind saying.
All that writing of quizzes is paying off.
It seriously has, definitely, yes.
Every single one of those correct answers increases the size of your edge. So let's put them on your lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's huge, Louise. That is a very, very considerable sized edge.
It is, yes.
But you've not been on the red lane before.
I've not. I was literally just thinking how far away it seems now you're actually here. The yellow looked so easy compared to this, but it's a tough one, yeah.
Well, you have a choice to make, Louise. Yeah. You can roll for the full £4,450 with only 1 ball and 1 attempt to hit the edge. Or you could take 2 balls. But that means you'll say goodbye to half the money and roll for £2,225. Or you can take 3 balls. That's 3 attempts to hit the edge, but you'll play for a third of the money, which we're calling £1,484. They look very different, those sums. I know that's an obvious thing to say, but you start with a 4, suddenly you're jumping down to a 2 and then a 1. So
Yeah. I mean, the 4 is hugely attractive. I think it would be to
Yeah.
anyone. But as much as I do seem to have a bit of a risk taker and they come back hidden and everything, I cannot put it all on one ball. I just cannot do that to myself. If I was to lose on that, no. And the 3 down to the 1,484, I genuinely don't think I need 3 to do it, but that just could be come back to bite me later on. And it's a great sum again to have, but I'm going to go for the 2 balls and go for the 2,225.
Sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Seems like you've made your mind up, Louise. So you're taking 2 balls and you're rolling for £2,225. Louise, it's time to take on the edge. For £2,225, let's roll.
Oh, no, no.
Good weight. Is it going to stop, though? Is it too much?
That's
is it
too
too
much.
much? I think it is. It's
Oh.
over the edge, Louise. But this is why you took 2 balls.
This is why I took 2 balls.
Yeah. How are you going to modify that roll?
Less strength has to be. But it's now getting it, make sure that I don't go too cautious now.
Because you've got this massive edge
I
to play
know.
with.
Like, I've been aiming for the tiniest wee things and I have this. That's pressure beyond pressure.
You're a bit cross with yourself.
Hugely furious inside. Furious. That's easy to do.
Are you in the right state?
I think so.
It's time to take on the edge for the final time for £2,225, Louise. Let's roll. It's got a better weight to it, Louise. It's got a better weight. Is it going to creep in? It is. Is it going to stop? It is, and you've hit the edge! Well, one thing I think I've learned about you, Louise, is that you don't like to do things unless it's the last minute.
Absolutely.
There's no point doing something with time to spare, is there?
No, no, why not?
No.
Let's take it to the edge, literally. So, no, that's absolutely wonderful. I'm
So,
thrilled.
you're still going on your world sports tour?
Absolutely. I might see you there.
Congratulations, Louise.
so
You
much.
hit your final edge. You're going home with £2,225. Huge congratulations. You're a fantastic competitor.
Thank you very much.
Pulled it out the bag every time, Louise.
Thank you.
Well done. We'll be back next time with more new contestants pushing themselves to the edge. Why? Because that's how we roll. Bye-bye.